Not just one, Follux. Not just one, but two. Not just one, but two. Episodes of Marvellous NAWA this week. We've had a Mother's Day one that's just dropped, and this is the precursor to that. Episode 396. Blimey, holy Christ! Now, I hope with the two episodes that the quality doesn't dim and falter. In this first episode, it certainly does not. Later on, we've got Guy Tonight. With the Wranglers, well, with VSP first, the Tag Team Champions, Mike Mann, the Man Monolith, and throwback Curtis Robertson, who are going to be fighting the Wranglers, who they won the belts from. Later on, the Wranglers, who are ready. I quite like the way that Tucker Rhodes says that VSP, because of course they won't tell us what it stands for, the champions, stands for very stupid people, who are going to be very sad people when they lose the belts. However, what David Sellers is telling us, because he's been tagging with somebody else recently, and he also had an opportunity at Champion Silver Fox's belt recently. Tucker Rhodes not in his corner, and as he says, where you been? I had my biggest match ever the other week. Where you been? It doesn't look like they're entirely happy with each other. Spoiler alert, that will continue later on. Okay, Jaquan McNair, I mean, he's a really good high flyer. Recently in NAWA, he's only had one match, and that was very impressive. So, what do? You stick him in with Rob Killjoy, who is also a high flyer. Good gravy, this is good. Holy Christ, this is good. So, they got a handshake to begin with, which is nice to see, very nice to see. Some mat work, which is good. Early on, I've got my notes down here, of course. They avoid each other very well. Nice McNair drop kick, a gut wrench suplex. He likes it so much he does another, and then thinks, why not go for the trifecta? So he does. So good, he did it thrice. Gut wrench suplex. So good, he did it thrice. Yeah, lovely. Just looking at my cat down there to make sure he's not in any trouble, because he likes to get into trouble. Does Claude? Yes. We called him Claude because he was a bit feral when he arrived, and you could get Claude. Anyway, back to this match, with McNair running into a forearm, and then a quick dive over the top from Killjoy, because he likes to fly, landed nicely. Nice missile drop kick for a 2 count. And then he stomps on McNair's hand. That's a nasty thing to do, isn't it? He also unpacks a lovely, gory special submission and then drops him to his shoulders. He kind of holds him and then drops down so that he slips down in front of him, so that he's kind of on his head and his shoulders on the mat, and that'll be your pin. It's great. Lovely leg sweep. A roll through to a leg crank from Killjoy. Nice backbreaker. Sweet clothesline from it's a fisherman suplex. A clothesline to a fisherman suplex from McNair. And perfect plex, as Michael Elliott calls it. And Curtis says, it's very good. It's perfect. You're quite right if you call it a perfect plex, Mr. Elliott. Big Mr. E. Yeah, nice one. But then McNair runs into a big boot. There's a Duck Valley driver. Yes, you know, it's the duck stuff for the 2 count. And there's good traded covers. And McNair takes it. I mean, it was said he stole it, but really, anybody could have got that pin. They were really well matched, and it was beautiful work. Love it. Love it. I also love the idea that Golden Gladiator 2, who's so quiet, he's so laid back in his chat, will be in a 6-man tag with Big Donnie, who, of course, he affected when Big Donnie lost the belt, with the Moonshine Express, and he's got to find his own partners. As he says, everybody in the Moonshine Express is drunk. I don't think that's under dispute. There's no breaking news. Breaking news. The Moonshine Express sometimes imbibe. No, I mean, you know, the Stills in the Hills and all that. You're behind the 8 ball, but not the 8 ball, the curve. You're behind the curve. You might be behind the 8 ball, Golden Gladiator 2. Golden Gladiator, duh. Yeah, duh. Okay, VSP, very sad people, very silly people. very superb people, you could say, versus the Wranglers. There's prevarication to begin with. It's a tough match, this. It doesn't always work in a smooth way, but I love the way it's a hot mess. Really like that. So you've got Tucker Rhodes using his big strength, working a headlock. There's a hip toss. And Mike Mann has to go to the eyes. Of course, there is no real, as Michael Elliott tells us, holy Christ, there is no real defence for a rake to the eyes. May I introduce you to these receptacles? Receptacle spectacles. They're not receptacles. The receptacle, this is a receptacle. Yes, that's not a receptacle. It's a spectacle. I'm making a spectacle of myself at this time. But that's how you defend them, Michael. I know I keep saying it, but I will do so until it's funny, which might never happen. Anyway, back to the match. You've got a headbutt from Tucker Rhodes, a leg drop, and VSP work then on Sellers. He's often the man who gets the trouble. He throws, Man throws Sellers to Rhodes in the corner as if to say, go on, we've had our fill of him, you have a go. Rhodes gets a slam. He's ready for the cowboy bomb, but David Sellers tags himself in. VSP then start to work on him with a wishbone and a Mike Mann head crank. He baits Tucker, who comes in so they can work on him, double team. Then you've got a rather poor, a rather flabby VSP double elbow, but there is a Sellers shoulder to, he wants to get the shoulder tackle to Mann, but he misses the run into the corner. Rhodes is then in with a hot tag, delayed slam, elbow drop, he catches Sellers. Oh no, that's Robertson. A delayed slam, an elbow drop. It's very nicely done from Curtis, actually. He catches Sellers coming in for a spear, but it looked like they weren't quite sure what they were doing, because Sellers then has another go and hits a rather nice spine buster. They both need a tag, and that's great wrestling entertainment, great wrestling acumen. Then the hot tag is made for both of them. So you got Mike Mann versus Tucker Rhodes. Rhodes then runs into Sellers, knocks him down. Rhodes picks up Mike Mann for a slam, but Curtis Robertson, the ref didn't see it, has a chain around his wrist because he's hurt his wrist, I think. Or maybe he's just saying, look, I just bought a new chain. Have a look at it. Have a look at it. Have another one. And he punches him in the face for the pin. They kept hold of the belts. You've got a 5 count to get in and out of there. Sellers is unhappy. I'm delighted. I like VSP. I like Curtis Robertson. I like NAWA. And I can't wait to see the Mother's Day episode, because it's beginning to be the mother of all wrestling shows. Ta-ta.